Before we get into this video, y'all, I need your help with letting me know what we should name her. I'm getting like the name Francine or something. I'm thinking about like, the nanny. I think there was like in the 90s the sitcom The Nanny. I'm thinking just like Fran or something. Let me know. But hey girl. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly you versus them reading between you and your person. I also do your weekly general reading for your zodiac sign Sagittarius, which I'll leave a link to over here for you to check out at a later point if you would like. But when it comes to any of my readings, Sagittarius, rely on your intuition, because put it in perspective, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't, Sagittarius, because I promise you I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. If you find some cards that resonate with you, let me know in the comments below which card resonated with you the most, because if I try to keep up with y'all, let's do the comments. And if you do find a card that resonates with you, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel a lot, Sagittarius, and I always am super appreciative when you guys take the time to do that for me. And then finally, Sagittarius, before we get into this reading, keep in mind I'm not here to make a decision in your life, because it's your life to live and not mine, right? This reading and any of my readings, I just hope to give you some food for thought, a perspective for you to think about and consider as you go throughout your week, right? But with all that being said, let's start getting into this reading. I pulled a card for you, Sagittarius, I pulled a card for them, and then I pulled a couple cards actually for the energy between y'all too. So let's just get into this reading now, Saggy. On your side of things, funnily enough, you have the Knight of Fire. Also, Aries got this as well on their side of things. So you're definitely matching Aries energy this week, which is good, right? How I explained this to the Aries is an energy of kind of like that hot and cold, where some days you might feel just entirely motivated, inspired, passionate towards this connection, and then other days it just is, right? I compared the Knight of Fire to an individual, I didn't compare. I said the Knight of Fire is different from the King of Fire, or when I say fire, by the way, that is the element for wands, Sagittarius, so it's technically like the Knight of Wands. So the King of Wands is different from the Knight of Wands in that the King of Wands commits. Right, whereas like the Knight of Fire, good intention, starts going, committing, and then they kind of like back out. Or they kind of like just that fizzle out in that motivation when it comes to this connection. So when we have this here, Sagittarius, it lets me know like some days you feel good about this connection, other days maybe not so much. And their side of things, Saggy, they have the Page of Earth. So this is someone that is ready for a new beginning. This is someone that is considering communication as well. Page of Earth is the element for Page of Pentacles, Sagittarius. So this definitely is someone that is thinking about reaching out to you, Sagittarius. So do with that information as you will. Do you want to be like that sitting duck, right, waiting for this communication from them? Because that's the thing, Sagittarius, I feel like so many people, they'll see like a card and or hear a reader say it's just like, oh, they're thinking about communication or they want to communicate. But like, I mean, we all have thoughts, we all have wants and desires, right? Even you in this connection, right? You want this person, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to take action on it, right? You can have those thoughts of being like, oh, I really would like to pursue this person, right? But then other days it's just like something stops you, right? We're only human. And so all I can tell you is like this person is considering communication. And so how I would use this information for myself if I were to be taking this reading in for myself, Sagittarius, would be like, okay, if this person's considering communication, let me make it easier on them. In whatever type of way. Let me start trying to reach out to them as well. Let me be more open to communication, right? I would start putting in those tiny things, right? Four of Earth is the energy in between y'all too, so this is definitely like waiting out for good investments, right? Investment in energy when it comes to this connection. So definitely, Sagittarius, it seems to be whoever is on your mind. This has been something that you've been either debating or you have been actively putting energy into this connection, and it's just kind of just like a waiting game almost. But it has definitely built some character in you, because we have the life experience card as the extra card for the energy between y'all two, Sagittarius. So it lets me know that even if there hasn't been too much action, too much anything official done or said when it comes to this connection, Sagittarius, or even if there has been, it just seems like you've both learned a lot from each other. whether that was directly through one another or indirectly through just like the thoughts each of you just have about one another. The back of the deck energy is the Seven of Cups as well, Sagittarius. So definitely this is a week of where a decision does need to be made. Funnily enough as well, Sagittarius or Aries also had that as one of their clarifiers for the overall energy for their connection as well. So you might be dealing with an Aries just because of the similarities going on here, Sagittarius, but obviously general reading doesn't have to be. So let's start pulling some clarifiers now. We're going to start with your Knight of Fire or the Knight of Wands for you, Sagittarius. See what's up with that, what's going on with you. Let's see. Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Temperance card, Knight of Wands is the back of the deck energy. So you're an extremely passionate person. You definitely feel strongly about this person, but it seems like you don't really show it just because it's like that amplifier, the hot and cold energy, and like where you feel really strongly. And then you have this Knight of Swords coming in here, Sagittarius, which is even more so amplifying, kind of letting me know like the reason why you'll be hot and then cold with this person perhaps is because there's something going on up here. It lets me know like while you start going very super motivated down that road, the Knight of Swords comes in and there's just like those thoughts, you start getting in your head a little bit and then you start backtracking instead. You have the Seven of Swords as well, kind of amplifying that. So it's almost like you start overwhelming yourself with thoughts of like the would be, could be, how it should be's of the world, right? Or maybe you're afraid of rejection, or maybe you're just afraid of how they would react. You know, whatever it is, it just seems like whatever is like going on mentally is what's kind of overwhelming you and kind of overwhelms you to the point of where Aries, you are not Aries. Your reading is so similar to Aries, Sagittarius, I call you Aries. It just feels as if this has been like a repetitive thing for you for a while now, Sagittarius. This is just a thought, because I have this Temperance card coming in where it's like a lot of patience. So maybe you've had a lot of patience in this connection, but maybe it's either like wearing out at this point, or I don't know, right? I don't know what your situation is and what's going on, but that's what I do see for you. Now, for them, Sagittarius, we're pulling some clarifiers for this Page of Earth for them, or the Page of Pentacles. Because, like, again, let's recap. This is an energy where it is they're thinking about communicating for sure. The World card, Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands, back of the deck energy. They have the Hermit coming in, Sagittarius. So this is what I'm talking about, Saggy, what I was saying before, where it's just like people can have their thoughts, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to take action on it, because this Hermit, they want to communicate, but they're feeling pretty introverted right now. That's what they're feeling, pretty self-reflective. Now, I don't know if you caused this, Sagittarius, maybe you gave him something to think about, and that has them being introspective, but they're going through something. I don't want to say they're going through something, but it seems to be like they're jumbling thoughts in their head when it comes to this connection, right? With the World card, of where it's just like, I don't know, Sagittarius. It kind of feels like this person either wants to grab up at you or let go. Because it's like they have the Eight of Wands here, which is like either or. I'm kind of leaning towards Sagittarius, like this person, like they kind of want to communicate something, but it does seem to be like they're going to just like hermit, and maybe like they end up going into like a spiral and can convince themselves to cut people off, you included maybe, with this Queen of Swords here. I'm going to just be honest in that way, where it's just interesting, that dynamic. I actually kind of want to pull a couple more clarifiers for them from a different deck just to see what's up with that, Sagittarius. But it's interesting. It's like they want to communicate, but then it's just like they have that hermit energy where it's just like they just kind of like recluse, and then through that hermit energy they kind of just like let things go because they just don't want to communicate with people anymore. That Queen of Swords though is just such an interesting energy. All right, so we have the Four of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Emperor card coming in as the clarifiers for them, Sagittarius. It feels like, Saggy, they are they don't know if they want to, like, they don't know if it's worth grabbing up at. I don't know. It kind of seems like this person's like, because this is the thing, they want this, right? With this Four of Wands, they want this, they want to build something long term with you. But this Emperor energy comes in of where it's just like they don't want to make the wrong decision. They don't know what is the right, perhaps like the right investment, right? I keep wanting to call you Aries, Saji. So it's interesting. It's where it's just like they're probably in this place of where it's just like they don't know what to do. And since they're in that Hermit energy, right, it kind of seems as if like unless you give them something to think about, Sagittarius, it seems to be if they're left to their own thoughts, it seems to be like this person kind of seems to like, because they don't know what's the right decision, they kind of just shut everything out. So take that as you will, right? Do you have the patience to deal with that? Do you want to work around that, right? Let me know in the comments how you manage that. I don't know what I would do in that situation personally if I was dealing with someone like this. Because, I mean, can you blame this person necessarily, Saji? Right? I feel like we all kind of have those mindsets sometimes of where we're just like not sure what who to keep around, who to let go of, especially if you're in manic, like if someone's feeling like manic and just like feeling hurt or what have you. But the clarifiers I pulled for your life experience card, and then the Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Swords. This is such a cute thing, Sagittarius, because it's like you guys are, there's definitely a passion here. There's definitely some type of deep connection here. And it makes sense as to why you got the life experience card even more, because you guys are definitely, y'all are put in each other's past to definitely teach y'all something, more than one thing, right? I see you actually kind of being like the King of Swords in this situation of where like you are more, it feels like you are like, even though I said that you're kind of in your head and you kind of are, Sagittarius, when it comes to this connection, it seems to be you kind of are like the more of the stable voice. That's not the right word I want to put. Like the more, it seems like you're handling this more easier. You're handling this easier than the other person, Sagittarius, right? Whereas you're not necessarily reacting as the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a little bit more reactionary, which they had. Queen of Cups lets me know they are a lot more emotional. So if you're not seeing their emotions, Sagittarius, they're keeping it inside, and that's probably why they're hermiting, because they're in their they're probably in their feelings about something, Saggy. I'm going to be honest, but all I can tell you is with this Lovers card, it's just like there's something here. There's definitely a magic here. But it's kind of like a situation of this person just seems to be, I don't know what's going on in their head, but they are in this place that they don't know what to do. So yeah, let me know what you are going to end up doing in this connection, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. If you did enjoy it, be sure to let me know in the comments which card called out to you the most. And then also, Sagittarius, I would love for you to share my videos with a friend if you think they might be into my messages. But until next time, Saggy, bye.